they are going to deal with the tragedy of getting what they've always wanted. That's where the question is: are you prepared? Are you ready? Are you ready for what it takes? And you just have to wish them well. It's not an easy thing, no matter who it is.
I just see another headline now based on, let me share it on the screen, based on the point that you made earlier on about this power dynamic of Shetima. So let me show you this headline. That's great. That's funny. You see this headline: tension over Tinubu's absence as Cold War allegedly brewed
I
between.
told you. I told you. It's not. It's in everything. I know the personality of Shetima. There is
Wow.
there's no way he's going to be quiet like Jonathan or Sambo. It's not going to happen. And he knows this when he signed up. He was too aware of the state that we don't know how what is the actual state of Tinubu. He is aware of it, very, very much aware of it. So he is going to do whatever it takes, and people behind him telling him to stay there. Go ahead, stick it out. You are the beneficiary of this election. You are going to be the beneficiary of this. They are there. They are still there. It's not going to happen. And remember, you're talking about a northerner from Kanuri, and you're saying a woman will push him around. No, it's not possible.
No, 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 yes, of course. That's
Yeah,
kind of.
it's not possible. So that's the first that something that we've not seen in a long time. For young people who watch politics, who were not up at that age when Obasanjo and Atiku were fighting it out, they will see it, and to have an impact on the outcome of this administration. So then, and then they still have to find a way to make different parts of the country who are aggrieved
Yes.
happy, and that's another challenge that they are going to face. It's I don't even want to start analyzing the what's
Now,
coming up.
what do you think? What are the Uzokalu's chances? And two, how far will that actually go to appease, the power
No,
that the
uh,
Southeast
no,
subsequent.
no. Well, the first thing is this: I don't even know the composition of the Senate in terms of the final who has how many senators. But I mean,
No,
if they give it to Zocalo, it will not be a good picture for the administration. So it will show the confidence in terms of
but with that, to the point that you make about power dynamics, aggressive from every nook and cranny, with that speak to the obvious, the elephant in the room, like the Southeast who are feeling that, oh, they have
no,
lost.
no. Oji will not be the choice of the Southeast, and giving it to him will not appease the Southeast. But the Southeast will still expect that they will get it.
Yeah, but he is the only one right now from the Southeast who is pretty much who has better chances based on his being the hierarchy officer currently in the
Yeah,
Senate.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree.
About that.
I
He, has,
agree.
he also has influence too. I mean, he can reach one or two people across the nation.
Yeah.
The
He has,
closest
he
person.
has what?
No, he knows people from
Yeah,
everywhere.
knowing people is different. One is the first thing. Remember, where they were talking about two things. There's the political part of it. There is the whether he will be an effective president of the
Oh
Senate.
yeah.
That's
No,
a
no.
different thing. Will he inspire confidence, and when Nigerians look at him and be confident that that he's the right
Right.
person that will probably bring a check to whatever the executives will do. No, I don't think Nigerians will do that. We look at him and feel that's the right person.
Rudolph, you've been, a stakeholder too from the southeast, and you've been around, how this game is played for a minute. will you say this is the worst it gets in the South in terms of the kind of people they produce as a senator? I mean, we have the likes of Chuba Kadibu, President, President, Aquarium, and the rest. Now, just to come and hand up with yeah, Inamdi Kanu, to which you even yourself, you don't know your confidence
No,
towards
no.
him.
You mean Orji's Okalo? No, wait. This is something they might do. And I'm hearing it from some quarters. They're saying that they could just give up this Senate position, presidency, and go to the Speaker of the House. So they might be able to find someone from the Southeast that is more credible.
Oh, they will trade the Senate for
Yeah,
Speaker instead.
speaker instead. Yeah, and then give this the secretary to the government to somebody else from the southeast. Things like that. They could easily do that. So they could find someone like maybe Ngige. I'm just throwing names out. I'm not
Yeah.
saying what. Someone like Ngige or someone like there's so many people that could be Secretary of State. You confuse me with that. You're Secretary General. No, Secretary to the federal government
Yeah.
and then give Speaker of the House to someone from the Southeast. If they think that the options they have at the Senate level are not good for two reasons, they might be politically good. I don't even think that Orji will be politically good for Tinubu, to say I'm going to make the Southeast happy by giving Orji. Uh,
Right.
that wouldn't solve that. That wouldn't do that. And in terms of convincing the people and the world that this will be he'll be an effective leader of the Senate. Lawan wasn't an effective leader of the Senate, so there's no reason to believe that Orji will be an effective leader of the Senate. So, and then the other question is whether a president will actually want an effective leader of the Senate.
See, that's what I'm saying because
Because the president might not even want an effective leader, but but so he might actually close his eyes. But then you don't want it to because Tinubu, no matter what people around him are saying, they know that they are not the first choice or the first 11. You know what I mean? They are not
yeah.
the first choice. They are not the first 11 of the country. So they are aware of this. So they have to beef up people around them to give confidence to investors, to international community. So they have a lot of work to do. And if they think they can just continue with mediocre performance and mediocre team, they will really have difficulties. You know.
Hmm.
So
That's
anyway,
we are in for a treat anyway. We are
yeah,
in for a treat.
it's going to be interesting.
That's it, but you make it very. I like that point that they are willing to trade the Senate for
Yeah,
or
for the speaker.
and the Northwest are ready. They have candidates standby because its major challenge is coming from the Northwest and North Central. That's this that's the Uzokabi. And
Oh,
again, the best man for the job. I mean, not the best man, the man who has more chances for speakership from the Northwest, which is Adodogwa. The guy don't really mess himself up, badly.
oh yeah.
That could easily
So,
work
so
against.
who are the southwest? Who are they? Not southwest. Sorry, northwest. Who are they putting up? Who are they recommending? I don't know. I don't follow. I didn't follow
For
this
the Senate.
for the Senate presidency. Yeah.
There's this guy on chairman of committee of appropriation, Jibril Barrow,
Okay.
who
Okay.
is a third-time senator too. So
Yeah.
he's pushing hard for that. He's making claim that the Northwest actually give the ticket more votes. So my own standing point
Yeah,
with
I
that.
don't think the people in the east were going to protest if they give it to the northwest. I don't think they. Yeah, I don't think that will happen. I don't think they care anyway. If the option is to give it to Jizokala, I don't think they will be worried about it. If you were to be that Abaribe is in a position to be the Senate president and you skip him and give it to somebody else and then try to do other things, then that would have been an issue. But it's totally different. So It's going to be interesting, whatever happens, and we'll be watching. I thought that after the election, I would take it easy, relax, and
Yeah.
focus.
No, I think take it easy, Dr. Daveji. One thing I understand is that within the next maybe decade, politics will dominate the mainstream for everybody from the young, the old. That's what I foresaw that is coming. Politics will dominate. It will be going alongside by side with hip hop. That's
Mm.
what we're talking about. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
in
yeah. I
Nigerian
mean,
context.
we've actually agreed that it's important who is the leader of the country. It's important people who are running it, people who are involved in it. So more people will, especially with the kind of thing that Labour did in this election. Because people didn't know that it's possible for you to just rider to become a member of the House of Rep. So what will happen next time is that, and then there are some things that we have not analyzed. So something like Abaribe won election as APGA candidate in Abia.
Yes.
Someone like Ifeanyi Uba won election as PPA candidate in Anambra State. These are things that have not been analyzed. You know what it means? It means that it doesn't actually matter what party you are in. If you are popular and you are investing people and you spend the time, you can win election. So there are many people that will now decide, you know what, I'm going to use this fringe party next election to go to the house from my own locality or Ethiop local government area or whatever. And they will work on it and they will go in there. So things like that. There are a lot of changes that happened as a result of what happened in these elections. So things are changing. Young people will make that call, know that at least now there are avenues they didn't know were in existence before. Because initially, the war was going on before. Before it was simply, if you listen to El Rufai and all these old hands, they tell you, "Oh, come and join the party, pay your dues, hang in there." When it's a time you go, now people know that you don't have to join them. You can actually use alternative parties and push, as long as you are popular and you are ready to work for it. So
Yeah. Talking about paying dues. Here at your IU has been fired. Don't step down because you don't pay dues for a village. And what's his name? Wiki take to celebration mode. What's your take on that? What is happening in the PDP? Is it a case of it's too late to cry when the head is off?
I actually I know that it was at the world level that whatever happened. But what happened in court, I haven't read that. But what I think is going on is that they found a loophole. At this point, Atiku is weak. Atiku probably is disappeared to back to Dubai. So it's up. They actually are not. They are not actually seriously fighting to win any mandate or to become.
No, no, no. They've given up.
Yeah, they've given up essentially. So that's why he became vulnerable. And someone like Wike will use his people, and he still has the money that he didn't spend running for president to play around. And I know I think he's gone. He should be gone anyway, because in serious party structure around the world, if you fail to accomplish what you set out to do, you resign. He failed. They mismanaged their crisis, and Teko and him should go, and that's the normal thing that should actually happen. So I don't have any. I don't care about the chairman of PDP, but I think he there was no way he would survive because there's no chance that Atiku will be president. That is not going to happen. Um,
Is it what Wiki celebration?
no, Wike has nothing now. Wike he said he has no job anymore, so that will be Pepe. I think he said something like that. Wike will celebrate anything. You see,
Oh,
Wike is fighting everybody. By the time May 29th, if they don't give Wike any position in the government, Wike will be forgotten. So he's just taking the last lap. That's what he's doing basically.
do you see this administration having protecting him or just
Which so the new one coming in?
yes?
Oh yeah, they will, as because he delivered for them. There's something that is there a Fanefere or one of these groups were telling Tinubu to fight corruption. I'm just laughing that he should the primary goal. It's not possible. It's not
It's
possible
not.
for people to do that, because just think about it. If you are someone who nobody knows your real name when you were born and all these things, and you know that people know. It's not that nobody knows. People know, and they are not coming out to say it because maybe they've been paid off and everything. There are limits to what you can do. You don't push certain things because if you push that they can expose things, people can expose things. So I'm not expecting him to fight any corruption. So if he's not doing that, and he can make a good case that it's not about arresting people that we want to fight corruption. So they will let certain things go because they have the enough crisis already as it is. Just imagine this: if they pick up, if they pick up, what's his name, a Wike. Already, you are just basically telling the Niger Delta militants to go back out there, and you are dealing with oil subsidy. You are dealing with, it's not possible. So they are not going to do that. Wike will go away and go free. Um, and that's what it's going to be. And not just Wike, there are so many of these governors will go free. So it's going to be an interesting, at least the first 2 years. They could stabilize the country. If the oil subsidy works, if they remove it and the country begins to balance its books. Because what we don't know, what nobody knows is that the economy, the balance book of Nigeria is in a horrible state. It's in a very horrible state. There is no money to finance things, budgets. We don't have money. The country is broke. So that's why even the British ambassador is saying to Nigeria, you must remove the subsidy. Can you imagine that? You know. So so it's going to be very interesting what happens.
Oh wow. Well, what a time to be in Nigeria anyway.
No, it's because we're a political, what they call people like you now, rascal. Yeah, political. You're interested in politics, so it's exciting. But for people who just want peace and quiet, which most people in Nigeria, that's all they want. They want peace and quiet. It's not going to happen. There won't be peace. There won't be quiet for at least the next 2 years.
Okay, what is the what? Okay, what do you think? What will you advise Tinubu to do to actually, calm the peace down? Maybe we
Oh,
use
he
that.
has to. He has to. No, this is not a joke. He has to actually bring in a government of national unity, not by mouth. When we
How
say,
how will it achieve that? What and what will you see? From just your own personal, opinion view. What who and who will you see in his government to say, okay, yes, this is a unity government.
so for instance, any of the presidential candidates that competed against him, who would be interested in working with him, he has to bring them on. Okay, who would be interested? I don't know how many that will, because there's a lot of bad blood in the whole thing. But someone like Kwankwaso, to get the northwest to be on board, and not that they will cause problems for him as such, but you need them in full support. You need someone like Kwankwaso, if not him personally being in the government, someone he will recommend that is, that has to happen. And then he has to do something about the southeast. I don't know what it is. I don't know what he could do that will give him, because if he still hangs around people like Hope Uzodinma, people who are totally discredited, it's not going to get the Southeast to warm up to him. But he needs that. He needs some powerful people in the southeast that will say, okay, let's see what we can achieve together for the sake of the country. He has to change the language. All this bio, he should fire bio or Nanoga immediately.
Ah,
He fired him before now, but that doesn't. So it shows you the sign that he's not serious. Tinubu, not that he's
but
not serious.
no, but with everything like the bio did, do you think that would be a good move? Do you
Oh yeah,
think?
very good move. Yeah, that if he had fired Bayo and Femi Fani Kayode, okay? Immediately, not wasting time like Buhari was doing. He's behaving like Buhari in every way, every sense. People, some international, foreign countries are saying these people are not doing well. They shouldn't be saying this, and they are part of your team. And you are a maker hanging around praying to God instead of you to take action and show the people that you are interested in coming into power. You are bringing a new idea, fresh way of doing things. No, he's not doing that. So if he wants to gain the confidence of people, that's they're overconfident. I don't know why. Is it 2 million votes? Is if because of 2 million votes difference? There's no reason why they should be acting. They're acting as if they won with landslide victory. So you can say whatever you want to say. If he had fired on the gift he should have given Nigerians for his birthday would have been to fire Fani Kayode, fire Bayo Nanoga. I mean, maybe in another 2 years, bring them back in, but at least now, fire them and then say something about MC or Lomo,
Lomo.
whatever you say, whatever they should handle. That's when you show that you are coming in as a serious person, but not Tinubu. We know Tinubu. Tinubu will always protect his people. Why? Because these people know him. These people know the real him. You see, that's
Yeah.
where his hands are tied. I might just tell you, might, let's say they hire you as an advisor, you tell him all you want to tell him, but his hands are tied. And that's why you don't want compromise people in serious positions, because even if you show them the right path, because they are compromised, they are likely going to take the wrong one. So
I asked the question, I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago, about the future of between Soludo and Obi going forward, who has, politically speaking,
oh,
who
I
is.
just spoke to somebody just few moments ago. I spoke to somebody who is close to Soludo, and basically, what I'm hearing is that he's just beginning. He's not backing down. That he was embarrassed by what happened at the anniversary, the 1 year anniversary. He was embarrassed because their position is that they said that Peter B was actually in a vehicle when the event started, and he didn't want to come in. That he intentionally came in that time he came in, and he knew the reaction, and that he wanted to embarrass and upstage Soludo. So that Soludo is not happy about that, and his people, they are not happy about what happened. So that's interesting. So the people around Soludo, they are still saying that Peter B is not going anywhere. That Soludo will eventually be the first Igbo president. And
I,
the no, yeah, this is a conversation. I just
I,
want.
I jokingly have been saying that for about a couple of years now, but people say Naigwa they smoke. I say okay.
And so my this is my position. This is what I told the guy I was talking to. I said, look, what Soludo has done in the last 1 year made him to lose a lot of goodwill of the people. That the only way he will even win re-election is for him to now outperform the expectations. So he has to put in through extra work, 3 times more than what he should have or what he would have, to gain the confidence and trust, regain the trust of the people, had he not done all the things he did. And there was no need for that. There was no need for all the things he did. He could have kept quiet and do his job, let the people running for president run for president. But he panicked. I think he panicked, or they used him. People
Yeah,
went to him, but he panicked, because if he didn't panic, there was no need for him to go and start antagonizing Peter Obi in any way.
I,
There are people in the southwest who did not like Tinubu or he's running for president.
yeah,
Did you see them say anything?
yeah. But Rudolph, is it if you from historical point of view here?
Mm.
Now those kind of people, they actually, I mean, coming from a power that be, they actually prefer those kind of people who don't have good weight from where they are coming from. It's
No,
not just in Nigeria too.
no, Oh, so no, no, remember, the last time that happened in Nigeria was when Obasanjo won the presidency without Yoruba vote. That was the last
Yes.
time. It's not going to happen anymore. I don't see any way it's going to happen for anybody to win the presidency of Nigeria without the support.
Because okay.
Without no, just think about how the structure, how things stand are based on what we saw in this election, and it will continue for a long time. So let's say who how would
Because
that happen?
why I asked that question and what people are actually not seeing. Obi, yes, Obi has a goodwill, pretty much coming from home and the immediate regions, south south. But not so much within the other part of the country, especially the north, the core north, and the rest. And it will be the other way around for Soludo. But from my own point of view, Soludo will have a very good will, very robust support from the north. I see that
Why would they do that? Tell
because
what year are you talking about? So let's say you have Tinubu do 8 years, okay? On paper, let's say we give Tinubu 8 years. Is that after 8 years they now come to Soludo? No, we don't come and say, oh, we want Soludo, nobody else. That's not gonna happen.
no, that's not going to happen in
So
the
how will he win how will he become the candidate? I mean, how?
now. Okay, let's first of all, the first immediate scenario that will come to mind is like Tinubu 4 years.
Uh-huh. And
In
then
the next 4 years,
So,
the
so,
next
so,
4 years,
so in the next, that means that Soludo has 3 years to prove himself in Anambra State. Okay, he has to first convince people in Anambra State that okay, we will forgive all the things you did. You are wonderful, and then the people in the southeast to say, okay, he did wonders in Anambra State. We will support him to go to the federal level, and that will happen when we resolve the issue of Obi. They didn't treat Obi well, so Obi must actually retire from politics for Soludo
yeah.
to all of a sudden become the darling of the South.
Rudolph,
Yeah.
when you talk of support, it goes two ways.
Mm,
Support from the ordinary people in terms of that of Obi,
mm.
or support from the elite, power that be.
Yeah, but it saw that okay. For example, in the southeast, you saw that the power that be they actually had no power. It became clear that they had no power in this
No,
election. They all
it's not
lost.
that they have this.
They all lost.
It's
No,
not
no, they all lost.
that. Okay.
Other than Abaribe and Oju Zokalo, the rest of them.
No, this is the angle I'm seeing from the power that be in the sense that let's say they want to work, they want to make, enter into any kind of concession agreement alliance with the north, the northwest. Now the power that they do that alliance now, they now
Yeah,
try to convince the people
for
to
instance,
put
why would
right.
the Northeast, hold on, 4 years from now, why would the Northeast throw away the chance of Shetima being president to support Soludo? If, why would they do that? Northeast and Northwest, what is the gain for the Northwest to dump not just let's say we still have Tinubu, dump Tinubu, dump Shetima, and come to the southeast. Why would they do that?
That's the no, why would they do that now? The bigger picture, right? Now,
Mm,
it is very easy to leave the southeast, sorry, the northeast, to be on the low on this one, right? Why did I say that? It depends on what is in for the northwest. The northwest will look at okay, what is their chances to how to get 8 years,
Okay,
eight
so
years.
let's say El Rufai is really losing patience that he has to be president, and then they anchor this plot you have now around him. So they will say, you know what, we have to dump Tinubu if Tinubu is still interested in running second term. We have to dump him. We have to dump Shetima and go for this guy, this wonder guy from the east called Soludo. He performed one, he did wonders in Anambra State. Anambra is like that Dubai now. We need him. We need him.
No,
We
no,
need him.
see, wait, that view is coming from we the normal people.
Yeah.
right? Now we see now we want that. That's what we want. No. I
I
think
mean,
the
that's what you can sell. It's not about it's not about this days. It's not
anyway,
about picking any candidate. It's what you can sell. You don't Tinubu. It was just regional thing that worked for Tinubu. Not that they were able to sell Tinubu to Nigerians. No, that didn't happen. So for you
yes.
to win the election, next election, you have to have something you can sell. And if this is the talking point, then how do you convince, let's say El Rufai? First of all, you have to convince someone like El Rufai to be deputy to somebody. Um, which remember that next election, the North might say, okay, it's their turn now. We want this to come back to us. So so under that situation, you can't find someone like El Rufai saying, you know what, I'm going to be the vice for Soludo. Let's try and take the other people, from all the other parties. I don't see that. But of course, 3 years in politics is eternity.
What will you, if you are Obi, or what will you advise Obi to do, right? Or who to go
So
for
there's something
next?
Obi is doing now that is, I know that other parties probably they do that. Because that's the first challenge he has. I think they are meeting with the elected people, and they have a retreat,
Yes.
and they are trying to have a unified front. The first challenge that he will have, or the party will have, is keeping these people in the party, keeping them in Labour Party. So maybe by the time the next election cycle will come, there may be half of them must have left Labour Party. So that's their first challenge.
No, but Rudolph, I don't think that does that really matter, because in the first place, he didn't need them to achieve this level of popularity
Yeah,
and all
yeah,
that.
but
They
but
needed him. Now,
yeah, yeah.
what about if he decide to up his game and make a very good connection with Needy Not, and he was able to get somebody who is more influential than Dirty to run with alongside with him? Would that be still would it still stand regardless of what these people that got elected under him do? Because they
So so
have, as
so
far as
you are
I'm concerned, they know influence.
so you are saying, like if next round, Kwankwaso will now decide, you know what, I'm going to be Obi's VP. Let's take on whoever is running. Is that what you are thinking that could happen?
Yeah, well, not necessarily Concourse, because I don't see
No,
that
someone
one
like
happening.
someone like that. Someone like that. That's what I mean.
Yes,
Someone like
yes,
yeah.
yes,
And there are
yes.
not many. There are
Don't
not
you
many. There are not many people like that. I'm not expecting El Rufai to dump his party and say,
if I say no, I if I no get that kind of influence like that, say.
Of course, we know. But I'm just saying. So
Yes.
so yeah, if
Zulum could be the guy.
yeah,
Zulum
but
could be another.
that will mean that he'll do two things: leave his party, and then the second thing is to go against Shetima. Because once you have a vice president from your region, he's potentially the next person running for president, whenever the president retires or leaves office. So Zulum is in trouble now, because if Shetima gets in there, it will be difficult for him to and they're in the same party. Oh, that's even worse. So it will be difficult for Zulum to he may have to forget about his presidential ambition, um, if Shetima gets in as vice president. You understand? So
Yeah.
so yeah. So but that's a good option. So if for instance there's something that could happen, magic, and you have Soludo as a candidate 3 years from now, because he performed wonder. I have this is a condition that he will even be mentioned anywhere. He performed wonders in Anambra State in 3 years. You have him as a candidate, and then you have Zulum, someone like Zulum, supporting him behind as VP. Then yeah, that would be interesting. But I don't think Obi is going to go away. He's not going to fade the way people think he's going to fade away. He's not going to fade away. He's going to be there. He's going to run again in another 4 years. The surprising thing is Ihedioha. Are you following what's happening in Imo State? They are going to.
Yes, he's resigned.
Yeah, he said
I
he's
think
not running again. I really want to know why. I don't know.
he said that the party have a consensus, so he's a party man and he's going to go away with the party. I mean, that just
How could
that
that
just
be?
to
I don't.
convince.
I don't buy that. I think he figured out that PDP is gone.
Uh,
PDP,
Rudolph, sorry, before we press more on that, still
yeah,
on this Soludo and Obi side,
yeah,
what's your take? Because Obasanjo is pretty much the backbone of these two people,
yeah.
whether we like it or not, right?
Mm.
Obasanjo is there. So, with his admiration towards Soludo at that same event, what's your take
What
on
was
that?
the exact in there? There were two different reports from that same thing. I didn't watch Obasanjo. I didn't watch that event. What did Obasanjo say? I've not watched it. I will by the end of by weekend. What did Obasanjo exactly say? But what I heard was that he said that the best two appointments I made were Soludo and Okonjo-Iweala, and that he had bigger and big things for Soludo. That he was thinking Soludo would go to the international arena. Is
Yes,
that
on national international. That's what he has for him. But he said he
yeah,
wants to go.
national. He can't just other than being a minister. There's no other way to get to the national than go and be governor. so, is he implying that I don't think
No,
about
this was after the service, so not even
yeah,
this happened. This was when he was still in power. When the first time Soludo ran,
yeah, yeah.
right? When he did succeed, I think that was the time he said, "Oh, that make it cool down. That's not where he wanted to go. There's just a
Mm,
bigger things for him at the
mm.
national level, at the international
Yeah,
level."
but what do you
But
think? What's the meaning of national level?
I
What is
mean,
to
the
be
top.
vice president?
Yeah, I mean, maybe he would have been the one in Obi's shoes.
Okay, yeah, but to be in obese shoe, you have to first be governor. You understand what I
No,
mean?
not necessarily. I mean, we know Soludo is a non-person. I serve as a
No,
same
no,
person.
not to go from central bank to become president. It's not
No,
likely.
no, these people, if they have confidence in him that he's going to represent their interests well, I'm talking when I say these people
Yeah,
now,
we
they will push.
we've learned something now. This election, these people are not as powerful as we think they are.
No,
Look,
well, they are
okay, look
splitted.
at it. Do you know since 1999, other than Obasanjo,
No, but
all the presidents we've had, they've all been former governors.
wait now, you cannot say they are not as powerful they are if they are the one behind Obi's in exploit. Forget the noise with the structure behind Obi, the how he move around
Oh,
effortless.
I agree with you.
That's power. That's influence.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you have to be, you can pick someone, okay? These powerful people you're talking about, they can pick someone, but you have to be able to sell the person to the people. You understand what I mean?
It's
You have,
still the same thing. The influence these people have is just like I think what's his name? Adebayo put it very well when he was on your platform, you were interviewing him. You
mm,
understand that once person like Obasanjo come out and say, "Oh, this is who he supports,"
mm,
his influence around the business community, all those people know, they will start donating
mm,
towards that cause.
mm,
And that's what we saw, the private jet, the going everywhere. That's not
mm,
Obi's money. That's the
mm,
influence that we are talking about. It's
mm,
not necessarily them who convince the people. The marketing strategies that go behind it are
mm,
people who Obasanjo and the rest know or invested in their company.
mm,
And that is the influence we are talking about. So, yes, the noise, the obedience energy kind of is the shining light, is the icing, right? But
mm,
what goes on behind the scene are these men influence.
mm,
That's what keep Obi going.
mm,
So if they want Soludo, even if they want you, I keep saying it, if they want you, 6 months is enough for everybody to start talking about you in Nigeria. And you know this. So that they tried. So we might not be when we say they have influence, we are expecting they feel control who talks, but indirectly they control what we talk about, and that is
mm,
the influence we're talking about. The lives of Arise, because if you want to now break down the influence of the owner of Arise, you
mm,
understand that okay, everything will make sense in terms of why Arise are behaving the way they are behaving, how
mm,
a lot of all these things. But of course, this is not. It's not. I might be sounding like a conspiracy theorist, but of course, you are part of the engine room as a journalist. you, you know how these people move.
mm, mm, mm,
So that's why I keep asking Soludo and these two people. When I say, "Oh, Soludo no perform, no perform," yes, yes, to us, you know, perform, but it's not all about us now. It's about their interests, their
mm.
business, whatever. Who
No,
can actually put?
Soludo is determined to perform. From what I heard from the person I spoke to this morning, he's aware of it that he has no option. He must perform and perform very well. That it will be undeniable to people, and he promised. He said last week that people will have power 24 hours every day in Anambra State. So if he should do that, and he set out to construct several roads, and so it's also something very interesting. And if he accomplishes all those things, maybe people will begin to forget and forgive, and think about giving him a second term, and he needs that second term before he will now decide on whether to run for president or not. So we see, he still has chances. I told people writing him off that they shouldn't. You can't write him off. But I don't think again that Obi is going to fizzle out. I think Obi is going to be in the arena, and he will still be a force. Come when is that? Come the next election cycle, if nothing changes with this one. So it will be interesting, and I think young people are awake in Nigeria. They are not going to go back to sleep. I don't see that happening. They are going to find different ways to be more influential. And remember, we're talking about 4 years, maybe another 8 years if Tinubu gets a second term. In
Hmm.
another 8 years, most of these actors, operators will,
Yes,
will be gone. So
yes,
there won't be Obasanjo, there won't be Obasanjo, there won't be all these characters. So new generation will take over, and it will be new politics. Yeah. Anyway, Ovie, it's been
yes.
nice speaking to you.
Uh, Thank you very much. He said it is good to hear Rudolph's opinion since it does
I do have
voice.
opinions after all.
Like, thank you very much. Hey, I think we didn't plan this, and
No, no, that wasn't
we have
planned.
to plan part two.
All right, no
But
problem.
Shegu, some make you they praise me for actually get him talking. Yeah, for the answer about things we know polo. But I mean, supposed to praise that boy.
Uh,
Anyway, thank you very much.
anyway, thank you, thank you. I appreciate this. All right, take care.
Yes, welcome.
Okay.
Yeah, Mama Echo, Mona no verse. Yeah, I no bring una in. Uzo, Mona no verse. I won't go work. And I just, since Rudolph na special guest, and he just come on and say, okay, let me have this, get as much as I can get from him because you can't get him like that for him to actually talk. The only way you can get Rudolph to talk now when you read his columns on some of the national dailies. People Gazette is one of them. So if you dey follow people's gaze there, that's the only way you hear full some of his opinions, right? Most of these subject matters that we talk about, that he had his opinion there, and some of his uh, satire show does with the Dr. Damages. So it's actually refreshing to to have a chat with him, interview him, and get as much as we can. Thank you, Dr. Rudolph, and hope to see you again. And your superstar stardom is obvious too. I'm having like 126 live view. I think that's a record. So that's goes to show how important, influential your voice is becoming. And thank you for being that a pioneer that we're looking forward to. I want to be like you. My immediate goal is to start wearing suit and tie and be as serious as you are. But no, I know I can. Even if I try, I won't. I can't be that. So, but on a more serious note, thank you very much, and thank you for what you do. As I said, it's obvious right now that your voice is necessary. Your platform is important to us. It's important to Nigerians. We need it. Keep going, and we'll keep yabbing you anytime we have the chance to, and anytime we have opportunity to attract wisdom from you, we will do it. I look forward to having you and to talk about pretty much the experience, how the coverage of the election and all that, and you being so much expectation was on you coming from the southeast to toe the obedient side, but it didn't happen. We can say if you know the if it didn't they it didn't they. Anyway, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. Please, 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 if you have not subscribed, if you have not like, share, please do it. Do it. Do it. We'll be out of here. I'm going to work, but I just said let me use this free time to talk about our city boy birthday and what's not. I'll be back here in for later show, later section. These days we do one late American time where I am Texas, 8 o'clock most times, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 5 o'clock as earliest. So that will also be taking place later today. So if you enjoy this, come back in the evening, let's say 7, 8 hours from now. It's not this peaceful, it's always get crazy, especially when we have personality like Mike who don't care, who go as far as you want to toward the front line playfully, and yeah, we like him for that. And get us talking, right? To Nigeria who believe that yeah, I don't know. He has so many names to describe me, but Tunaja, love you, man. Come back. The street is lonely and it's dangerous to be a lone wolf on the streets. So we need your voice. If without you, whether we like it or not, once in a while, trying to call you out on your military perspective, but we need that voice too. So please come back. Pansat on the comment section. You asked for the link. I saw it. I did not respond to it, not because I don't want to hear your opinion, but because I don't have time in my hand. I have 10 minutes now. I have to rush out to go hustle. You know what I start. If I know man go shop now. So I need to go hustle. So, but I'll be back. So, Pansa, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's why I did not send the link. Nothing personal. Ovie, add the link. Chris George, yeah, sorry. See, I really want to add the link, but I have to go to work. I will be back later in the evening. I don't know where you are, but his money here is what it's about 5, 7 minutes to 10 a.m. in the morning. So by 6, 7 p.m. I'll be back. Honestly, Rudolph, please don't attend this platform. It's not making any sense. All I talk about is Obi. Obi is not superstar now, so why we not go talk about Obi? Creating the Owago. Obi, we're talking about Obi because it was talking about. I mean, you know what it means to be talking about somebody. Either you like him, hate him, love him, however you see him, you are talking about him. It takes a lot. A human being, we are storytellers. For talking about anything, but I choose to talk about Obi. However you see me talking from that place of love or hate, I can't even hate him. I don't know him. I've never. Well, I've seen him. Not say I've not met him. I've seen him physically. I've seen him in the same hall I was. I attended his when he visited Atlanta. I was there. Thanks to Kenny, was there too. So I won't say if I hate him, I will not go close to him. But why would I hate him? I could hate somebody who's way older than me, who's fucking richer than me, he's more exposed than me, he has everything. For where? What I want to hate him? Eh? I know they throw this word hate it and I see next mode. Why I go hate person who has is more than me in every sense of the word. So just subscribe. Thank you very much. Uh, Ali FCG. I mean, if I tell you, I know one more die on him. Thank you very much. You have subscribed, big up what you do. Thank you very much. So I know it will be oh boy, but why I go as I say, I can't help people who are let's see pass you now. Why you want hate them? But my job is to talk about people who are making the news. Make the news. They make a be an influential person in our society. Everything they does say at this point matters because he has a lot of followers whether I like him or not. Whatever from now or anything you do, we go pay attention. That's power. It's power, right? For people to be talking about you, that means you have some power. if Tinubu ignored the Northwest again, he's finished the second time. I kind of agree with you. That's why I asked you that question. Country first. Shegu, thank you. Chidi, I don't understand. I don't understand okay, between Obi and Soludo. Yes, you go understand as time goes on. It might sound very out of place right now, but it will make sense. It's politics. So to Niger, thank you very much. Said a lot in the comment section. So Chris, Ken, Emmanuel Bassi, everyone who joined because of Rudolph, please come back. Subscribe, like and share. But I have to take a leave now. Remember, all na politics. It's not personal. Don't forget, stay free. It's that important. Until next time.